Here we go, guys, another flashlight review. Another Streamlight. This is the Streamlight Protac 2L from their Protac series. There's a lot of different versions of the Protacs. I chose this particular one for a number of reasons, and we'll talk a little bit about that. Multi-mode flashlights, if you want some more capabilities than something like a pin light, which has one mode. This is a great option, especially for the price. So let's talk a little bit about some of those modes. Let's talk about some materials, ergonomics, etc. So let's start with talking about the specs. It's a flashlight, so what does the light do? Well, there are three modes. This one has a high, a strobe, and a low setting. When you fire it up, you see high right here, and then you've also got strobe, okay, and you also got low right here. Ooh, look at that creepy shaking. That's just the camera, guys. The light doesn't do that. But you can see you got high, strobe, low settings as well. There you go, low. There are some great things about these light settings and some things I don't particularly like. We're going to talk about all of them. One of the things I like the most is that it's not a swivel head design. You don't have to twist the end of the flashlight to access the different modes. It means it's completely one-handed. The tail switch is right here. Momentary holding of the lights gives you the three different modes. Now, when you click it once and hold it in lightly, there's bright. Do it again. Closer together, I guess, there's strobe. Okay. Do it again, there's low. Barely holding it in. Now, when you find a setting you like, you just click it. And it'll stay there for you. So, access strobe, hold it. Sorry, those of you guys that it's bothering. Also, low, click it. It'll keep your light. All right, so that's great. One thing that it doesn't have a SOS function, which some lights have. Not super important. It's got the strobe on there. One thing that I would like for it to have that it does not, though, is a programmable tail switch or a memory function where it will, when you turn it on, it goes back to what you had when you turned it off. This doesn't have that. It goes back to high automatically every time, which is fine. I know there are other lights out there that are programmable. It all comes down to price and size and, whatever fits your needs the best. And for me, this was it. High is the mode I'm going to use the most oftentimes anyways. It's small. You can see the size of it. Here, bringing in the Streamlight Stylus Pro next to it so you can kind of get a feel for how big it is. As far as length, it's actually shorter than the Penlight Stylus Pro. It's a little bit bigger around, but it's not so big that you can't carry it EDC if you don't want to. It's not my go-to EDC light, the Stylus Pro is, but it definitely would do the job. And sometimes I do carry it. It just depends on, what I'm wearing. If I'm wearing jeans or something to that effect, I don't have tons of pocket space, I won't carry it. But, it is what it is. Let's talk about those lights. That bright setting, 180 lumens. Okay, that's really bright. So we're looking at right here, 48 lumens, Streamlight Stylus Pro. See how much brighter that is? That is 180 lumens. Strobe setting is the same 180 lumens strobing, and then the low setting is 10 lumens. The run times on that, you can run it on high for 2.5 hours, low for 50 hours, and strobe for 6. It runs on two CR123 cells. It has what the website refers to as solid state power regulation. Basically what it means is it provides the full lumen output for the length of the cell that's in there to run it, the CR123s. That way it doesn't drop off brightness as the battery diminishes. Accessing these modes with this tail cap, unlike the Stylus Pro, you see that it has these cut grooves that stand to the same distance as the button. So, like I said in the other one, not allowing a tail stand, this one does. And there's a little wobble, makes you a little nervous, but it won't fall. I mean, it's just because of the end of the button. It stands every time, no matter what. So, great feature for the tail stand. Has these grooves in here. I've seen other reviewers say that they're for striking or, really, if it were to be left on, you'd know it. For me, that'd probably be the only feature I'd ever use it for. So, there you have it. There's the features of the tail switch pocket clip, not unlike the other Streamlight that I've got, the Stylus Pro. Great pocket clip, clips on nice and tight, holds the pants well, all that kind of stuff. Whoop, there you go. Well, there you go. While we're on it, let's talk about it. We've got a anti-roll feature on the head. Every now and then as I turn it, you see this flat surface. So whether or not it's touching the pocket clip, it doesn't matter. If you take the pocket clip off, it has the ability to stop rolling because of that flat surface. So while a lot of lights just utilize the pocket clip, if you wanted to not have the pocket clip, there you go. It'll stay up for you because of that anti-roll feature on the head, which is nice. That way it doesn't roll off the table or anything to that effect. This one, not water resistant like the other one, but waterproof. It says on the website 1 meter for up to 30 minutes. I know that it can be held underwater and it works just fine. You know, is it a scuba diving flashlight? No, but would it work for any purpose where you might run into a little bit of water from time to time? Absolutely. It does come with a nylon holster. The nylon holster, it's actually attached to the modular webbing of one of my packs right now, but let's look at it, see if I can, sorry for the shaking, I'm going to remove from the tripod, or actually just move the tripod. You can see it. Here's my Maxpedition Condor 2. Here it is. So you can see on here that that the case for it is really sturdy, nice thick nylon. It has a Velcro backing that's the exact distance you need for most modular webbing on packs, so it's great for me for that. It could go on a belt if you wanted, Velcro top, and elastic sides. So it kind of stretches a little bit. You know, holds it in nice and tight. No complaints. But there you go. It comes with a case if you need a case. I like to have it just for the purposes of having it on the outside of my pack. So I got this light. You can get it anywhere between 55 and 60 bucks. You know, it just depends on where you get it from. You know, I've found that same price at multiple places. For that price, you get a lot of light. It's nice and compact. A lot of other lights out there, Phoenixes and things of that nature, come with other attributes that, for me, make it not accessible for an EDC roll. They're too big. I don't like the twist feature on the head. I want it one hand accessible. So for me, it works really well. Maybe not for all applications, but you know, because it's shock resistant, it's also a great weapon light. You can use it for any sort of attachment to, you know, any guns that have like the ability to the rings or whatever to attach to this. I think the tubing size on this is standard for all weapon lights, and Streamlight does that on purpose. You know, they also make weapon lights, so this is not new to them. And being part of the Protac series, their tactical lighting ones, you know, they made sure that it was usable with weapons. So there you go. EDC light, camping, absolutely. Weapons light. I mean, this is a great all-around light, and that's what I wanted when I purchased it. If you specifically just want something huge with 600 lumens for one purpose only, this probably isn't the light for you. But if you're like me and you want a light that can be cross-utilized in multiple different systems, then this is a great one. I would absolutely recommend going and checking out the Streamlight Protac 2L. Check it out.